Full moon coyote double delivered last night. Stay tuned to see how it happened. Mailman here from Goat Productions, and it was 100% illumination last night, combined with about an 8:15 moonrise. Didn't set till after daylight, so it was tough conditions last night, especially when I like to go down there after midnight, 1, 2, 3 in the morning when my spot gets really good. That moon is directly above, so we're going to throw a picture up here, show you exactly what I'm dealing with, but you're going to see kind of a limb in front of me. I found a big old oak tree. The other night I went down 99% illumination, and I took a single, but I had two groups answer me. Two doubles, I believe it was. So I moved over to that other field a good ways away, set up in an area underneath an oak tree, limb in front of me. You're going to see it in my first harvest here, and I wanted to switch it up a little bit. So I went back to alpha female howl, put out that first howl, and the farthest group away from me, one responded, 600-700 yards away from me, down over the ridge. But as I stood there and waited a little bit of time, I took my time, I seen one peek up over the top of the ridge. Now I want you to take a look at this whenever we're looking at this video. Look at the time when I first seen the head come up over to the time I actually harvest. That coyote stays in there for a while, verifies everything. It's just really bright out there and wanted to make sure. 17 minutes later, I dropped that coyote. No calling at all after that. Once I seen it, I just watched it. It was over there making sure everything was all right. Came out there, turned sideways, and I dropped it. Now, when I go out there to get it, come back, take some pictures, I decide to take my rifle out there and I leave the call up on top of the hill to see if I can get the other one answer me again. I'm up on top of the hill and we're going to look again. I want you to look at that first contact. PT, Amy interrogation howl. I sound off and I see a coyote come out into the field on the bottom. Way down there, 600, 700, 800 yards away from me, in the time stamp I looked at. Now, it's taking its good time to come up there, and I believe I know how it's going to come up to me. There's a lake down there. It's on the close side of the lake. The lake's going to pinch it into a bottom along a creek, and then they normally come up on top to see me. So what I think is, I think it's going to cross that field, and it's taking its good time. I have a chance here. I leave the call where I'm at, and I go down the hill, down the bottom, and I'm going to come down and try and pinch it before it gets to that lake. As it comes along the lake into that bottom, I slide down there using the lay of the land. There's a slight ridge between us. Make my way down there, and when I come up over top, I love the scanner this way, because all I do is I go down there and I peek up over top, and I'm looking to see if I can find which way this coyote went. I pop up over the hill, and it actually cut the field in half and was now heading up to where I called from, instead of coming through that bottom. I pop up over there, and it's a pretty long shot. But I can set up there on my tripod, get really steady. I make sure I'm good and steady, take that long shot, and drop that second one for the night. And it was a good night with that 100% illumination. It's a tough situation out in the fields, making moves on these coyotes whenever you had that illumination, but it can be done. Sometimes you got to be aggressive. So once I got two on a night like that, I was happy and got out of there. But the time that really struck me was the time it took from the first sighting to the first harvest was 17 minutes. The second one was 19 minutes. So when you play prey sounds, they tend to come in pretty quickly. When you play vocals and you get them to respond on vocals and come in, at least for me, they come in really slowly. So maybe keep that in mind next time out there. See if that's the same for you. Thanks for watching. We're at kill 35, I believe, for the year. We're going to pound 100 here out again in 2022. Stay tuned for much more.